Hello and welcome. It's episode 63 of Cometh the Fall. Sunrise Revelry. Hello, everybody. Hello, Idis, Lurker, Zebus, Funden, ProStar, ZenCorp, Sparks, Heavy, Super, Mystic. Hello, everybody. It has been a very long week. I'm glad to be able to talk to you all again. Hello. Hello, Mr. Pylon. It is a long week, but I have enjoyed every moment of it. I have been able to hang out with my D&D friends and even just regular friends once again. We got to hang out with Uzu, with Dagger. We have Sizzle, who's still here. We got to hang out with Razi, and Necro Sister. So most of the D&D crew was here, save for a shield day. It was a very fun time. Partying, hanging out, going to see the D&D movie, which was fantastic, by the way. Loved every moment of it. And overall, just having a good time. With this stream, we'll be streaming Sunday, and then it'll be a return to form. We'll be resuming our normal streaming schedule. So, Map Making Monday, TPK Tuesday, Cometh the Fall Friday, and then Tales of Sunfall Sunday. Last week was pretty poo, but this week has been better. Looking forward to the stream. I have to catch up via VOD tomorrow and see, hopefully, the Basilisk kill. Nice. Hopefully your week gets a little bit better, Super. And of course, you are welcome to rest here and enjoy whatever reprieve we can offer. Hey, no hesitation. Hope you had a restful week. Yeah, I would say so. I would say there are times where I definitely, it definitely was like I needed the break. And then there were other times where I'm like, why aren't I working on anything? I should be working on something. So it's just been that. It's been back and forth between that. Sparks, thank you very much for the 17 months. That's right, you magnificent bearded bastard. Thank you. It's incredibly kind of you. This week's been stressful, finals and whatnot, but now that's behind me. Oh my. Well, hopefully you crushed finals. I'm cheering for you, Funden. We're just giving the players a moment to get themselves situated. And sort of an understanding of everything. Because once the session starts, before we get into recaps and everything, I'm going to be telling them what will be transpiring after this game. So you will also learn. As well, I'll be putting a notification out on Discord, so that way everybody understands what's happening. Hey, Killer. Okay. It's my second to last semester of college, so finals mainly consisted of finals preparation. Haven't spoken so much in a long time. Oh God. Last week for me was a funeral. It sucked, but it's better now. My condolences, Super. Giving them a moment. Looks like... Ooh, Sizzle's still getting his headset fixed. How's everybody's week been? I know that there was no streams or anything like that, so I've only been able to really peek at the Discord from time to time. A lot of my energy and focus has been on sort of hanging out with the homies, so... Well enough? Very good. Hello, Kaboom. I can certainly say that I'm completely sick of writing research papers. Ooh. Some neat news, though. My cousin completed his crucible with the Marines. My brother went through the gas chamber and his group had to stay on longer because one guy ran out. Nice. Congrats to your cousin. That's fantastic. And I feel for your brother. Starting up a 5e game next week and doing prep while I watch tonight. Nice. Very good, Mr. Pylon. I imagine there will not be much in the way of combat tonight. I imagine that there will be a lot of roleplay and a lot of delegation and resource management. We will see what tonight brings us. RP is good, especially after last session. The last session was purely combat. It was 6 or so hours of just combat. So... usually that's what happens, is there will be a big combat or something that happens, and then the next stream is dedicated mostly to RP. How many came close to dying? A good portion of them, in fact. There were several instances during the last fight where people were very close. Taking back... Funny you ask, Super. You'll see when we do the recap what happened to Shane. Taking bets on if they get double teamed by the Rock and Terra on the way back. Skull Throne. Thank you very much for the 5 months. It's incredibly kind of you. Thank you very much, brother. I need to ask Alaric what his excuse will be to The Rock during the post-game questions. True. Oh? Oh, wait. Oh. Hardcover, thank you very much for the raid. Incredibly kind of you. Thank you for trusting me with your community. For glory. Welcome, Raiders. You have joined us right as the game is about to begin. Thank you, mods, for the shout out. Hopefully you also had a good stream. Very good. For Dona, I'm in glory. Did some coffee talk and then a Paper Mario 64 randomizer. Oh, God. Super. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs to the community. It's incredibly kind of you. If you got a gifted sub from Super, be sure to say thank you. Thank you again, homie. All right. I believe everybody is ready. It is time for us to transition over and get introduced to our players. Felt the urge to end up somewhere comfy and saw that you were going live. I don't know if I've rated you yet, so here I am. Well, thank you again, Hardcover. Incredibly kind. Should we start a petition? So, poll? No. Maybe next time. Maybe some other time. But right now, there's something in the works. Okay, let's transition over. All right. You will notice behind me the void, bereft of life. However, as you talk, as you chat, all of your words are captured behind me, recorded in the void, in perpetuity for all future VOD watchers and all future YouTube watchers. If you have anything you would like to say to your future self, now is the time to say it. Any wisdom, any long-forgotten knowledge, say it now or forever hold your peace. You'll notice as well the cast beneath me. We will be introduced to them. They'll tell us a little bit about their character, who they are. And then we're going to jump into a recap and then jump into the game. He was trapped in here forever. All right. We inform them that we are unmuting, and then let's go ahead and let's get introduced. The basilisk drowns in the void. Hello, gamers.
Hello, DM.
Hello, my baby.
Hola.
Ooh. Low crunchy.
It's a little country.
For those who do not know why Sizzle's audio is a little turnt right now, Sizzle is still with us, enjoying the vacation before they have to leave.
It's like I can almost hear his voice.
I'll kill you.
Okay. Guys, it's episode 63. We're going to go down the line. You're going to introduce your characters. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're playing. Once we get to the very end, we're going to find out who will be recapping. And then after that, we jump right into the game. Starting with Alaric.
Oh god. Hello chat. I am Alaric Cravain, Bavarian curse with the form of the beast, and half-elven son of Sion of Karim. Like my own Silmaril, and most within my party, I do not wander with a purpose so noble as the saving of my family or the founding of great things. No, I walk for different reasons. Every day finding value in modesty and self-sacrifice, looking every day to nature for guidance. No day since we began our journey together has been more gratifying than this, bringing the Emperor Basilisk to heel, and proving that no obstacle is too large, no sacrifice too big for us who labor in the name of good and the motherland.
Hello. I'm Ashilda Ironhands, Hildorf Scribe Wizard, and Arcana Cleric of Ioun. I have my goals, yes, of expanding my rune magic, finding my harmony between the arcane and divine. Oh, please, yes. Joining the Order of the Eye and just finding something to unite Teros, whether it is finding a shard of Thorland, or even building the magical transportation system I dream of. I left home to achieve these goals. And for it, I met my friends. And I'm grateful. And now, I stand ankle deep in basilisk viscera with a lot of them, and I really, really hope prestidigitation can clean this off my boots.
I play Callan Aldane as a variant human ranger. Recently discovered that the variant part is more being the descendant of an older race of humans, the first age. And as a member of the Grey Watch, with his, having joined at his mother's behest, ended up meeting everyone on an ill-fated trip south. And now, as he tries to get back in touch with his organization, he's made his friends and comrades within the group and does whatever he can to help keep them alive while they're traveling in the wilderness.
I play Marana Lemuria, level 6 Dampier Rogue, and something known as a Spirit Caller, an individual with connections to the dead. Hailing from the distant land of Malgrove in the province of Vinheim, I am heir to a legacy of monster hunters and stalwart defenders. Today, I feel as if I have proven that, as we have felled a great and terrible beast that has been dogging our steps for almost as long as we've been in Elions.
Greetings. I am Silville von Ashford, daughter of House Ashford, Siswan Blades. I am a level 6 Hayaf fighter who finds beauty in every battle, and I would lay my life on the line for house and home. I endeavor to seek truth, to uphold the ideals of Telos. Alongside my companions, I will stop at nothing to find out why all of this is happening, and how we can make a change. Be that change.
Hello, I am Yuri Zairi, level 6 Aberrant Sorcerer and Hexblade. Human, for the most part, but also a daughter of the moon, for whatever that means. Originally hailing from the faraway province of Shademore in the land's continent of Caresso, I have traveled here to Tyros and the Atmore on a journey of exploration and discovery of the history of my own people, once rumored to be travelers from this very place, humans, long ago, and still today. That discovery has been delayed, thanks to my party, to the machinations of Hain and this entity called the Iron Duke. Through their workings and the workings of the people of Eliond, I have found myself instead its impromptu defender. Though the thread of that discovery is far away in the distant lands of Grimwall. I have elected to remain here in the Atmore, to tie up loose ends and allow myself perhaps a shred of heroism, something I thought perhaps absurd. Though with the slaying of this basilisk, it seems myself and my companions have found themselves just that, heroes of some sort.
Thank you. Silro, you were picked to recount last week. However, given that it was initiative, we forgoed your recount. Instead, you will recount this week.
Of course. I apologize if it is quite long. We were approaching what I can only assume was the nesting ground of this emperor. I wasn't sure what to expect of the place, but I knew it was going to be a deadly encounter if we did not take it seriously. It was the violet glow that met mine eyes first, the corrupting crystals growing up from the ground like an infestation of violet ice, freezing the very grass it placed. Then we heard it. The opening of Ulrich's mouth, a gnawing bestial sound erupting from his lips, as if he was speaking the words himself. Words of accusation and warning, dark and ominous as it fell upon our ears. If it were any other time, perhaps, we would have considered, but not now. This would end here. I can only assume was a thought that would go through each and every one of our minds. At least I hoped. We moved forward, began, and the same voice of monstrous origin came crawling its way out of Morona's mouth this time. At this moment it was decided. It was time to end this invasive reign. Combat ensued. The Emperor there, just before us, within death's grasps. But with one pierce of his flesh, he fled. Not without leaving us a nasty collection of foes, made of obsidian and violet crystalline. These things concerned me. They moved like people, even harbored the same insides as a person. But I couldn't let this halt my actions. People die. I know this. But to be made into such a thing afterwards is it. Dispatching them quickly, we moved to the mouth of the cave. I couldn't help but hold my breath upon entering, as if it were the last time I would see the light. To have failed here would be the end, no doubt, and we could not let that happen. Too many were relying on us, so hand white-knuckled around my ashford blade, I breathed out, only to lay eyes on the den of this monster. There he was before us, goading us as we came closer, perched high on a pedestal of crystal and his own eggs. Yuria began this conversation with the basilisk, like he was a person, as if trying to learn from him, perhaps. I don't know. Sweat beaded upon my forehead as they continued to exchange words. I had not taken the mind's eye tonic yet, and I wanted to spare it for Norea, but she seemed fully intent on not doing so. It was Ulrich's burst of words and exclamations of challenge that snapped me out of my thoughts, calling forth the Emperor, the foe that he was. He, in that very moment, reminded me what it meant to be from Tyros. And that's when I knew it was time. I took the tonic before my eyes and oathed to protect those I brought here. For why else would I deserve to wear this tabard? Combat ensued again. The Emperor descending upon us with haste, trampling past his own mate, and soon as he approached, blood began to spill. We could not let our eyes make contact with his, not in this place. So with our eyes averted, we all fought him, arrows rocketing past my limbs, my blade from Kellen. His shots of accuracy were impressive, giving the hope he was not watching. But it was Morona that surprised me most. Her ability to move in and out of the fights. This destruction that she wreaked left me awed for but a time, and unfortunately it distracted me. for the concern of my friends. It caused me to take such attacks from the Emperor that I realized not before long I needed to leave his presence. I was bleeding, and it was bad. Gripping my wounds, I turned and ran. A poor choice, perhaps, as his tail fell upon my back. Everything stung in my ears, each movement labored my muscles, as if they would soon break. Arm around Shane, I made my way to the dwarf, to Ashilde. All my stoicism drained from my body, I begged for help, but nothing but the taste of iron in my mouth and the weightlessness of pain on my body. At least I thought it was that, the adrenaline of battle. It wasn't until I realized my feet had left the ground and all the air from my lungs stayed there as I was flung away from my only hope of healing. Pain and darkness. Pain. The same darkness I feared time and time again, facing the trials we have faced. It greeted me yet again. Was this it? I thought to myself, would failure's ever onward march at my heels finally catch me? No. Not here. Not with friends like these. With the opening of my eyes, I breathed in sharply, my body stitching its wounds back together. And there before me was the fight as it pursued. I could not hear through the high-pitched ringing in my ears the voice of Ilya calling for retreat. This stung at my heart to hear such a thing from her. I knew the fight had become serious. I did not know for how long I was there in the dark field of failure. I've come to visit often. But I made a decision in that moment. I would not retreat. I would fight. If not just to give them enough time to get out. Trudging up beside Alaric, his blood-stained fur the only guiding trail I followed. Marana joined us, and I gave forth what I could. The fibers of my body nearly at the fraying point. I knew I would not remain near the Emperor and live. In a moment, a burst of bright light filled the cave. Blinded. My eyes strained, and it felt like they would burn from my skull. After these latter moments, thanks to the onslaught of my friends, I opened my eyes through tears and saw Shane. I knew this Emperor was inches from death, but him and the rest of us were nearly neck and neck in that place. I called out to Shane, "Trust me." And with a spread of the golden wings upon my back, I leapt forward, replacing my space with his on the battlefield. I knew he could do it. He had to. He could save us all. And he did. With the small help of Shane's last killing blow, felled by his blade, the Emperor. He finished what all of us had set out to do for him and every one of the Southlands. Poetic, painful, and in the past.
Thank you very much. I've added an inspiration to your sheet. With the destruction of the Emperor, the psionic energy that is expelled from its body is soul-shaking. It knocks most of you down, blinding you as well, as the energy ripples out from the cavern, outward into the deep wood, into the night, And distant as it is, it's still present. The retreating roar of something large, something otherworldly. What follows is a stillness, a calm. Eventually, your eyes would begin to clear, the exhaustion of the fight beginning to set into your bones. You have defeated the Emperor Basilisk, and find yourself now in his lair, the victors. What are you doing, party?
Alaric, who is at the foot of the basilisk corpse now, he terribly injured as he is, his left arm draped across his stomach, several lacerations across his body, bruises and welts up and down his being, his clothing torn. He's tented himself on his hammer and slowly, gradually lowers himself to a knee and stares rather vacantly at the motionless head of the basilisk. There, silent, saying nothing.
Silveril would have landed upon her knees, and after hearing the last of the basilisk and the last of the fight, she would have fallen to her chest and would lay there, very hurt.
Morana, tossed back by the sudden blast of energy that preceded the basilisk's death, for a moment fumbles, trying to find her sword as the ringing in her ears continues, and without thinking, turns, eyes up, and for a moment, a cold dread fills her before she realizes that the glaze is already beginning to form over the Emperor's eyes. Dead.
Ashilda would just stand there in shock for just a brief moment. By morality or spirit, we fucking did it. Oh my god. And then her eyes would shift over to her right to Silveril, pretty much laid out, and she's gonna go and use her last spell slot for a Cure Wounds on Silveril.
Okay.
It's dead. She says, more of almost a question than a statement.
Yuria has, when the blast happened, she would have, unable to guard her eyes because she was blind. She could have only have essentially braced herself against this powerful discharge, barely able to hold on as her basically feet would scrape against the stone floor. And when it ceases and her eyes clear, she would begin to rock where she stood, weary, sore, bloody, covered in the blood of whelps and the machinations of the Emperor Basilisk. She would stand there almost dumbfounded, elation, terror, adrenaline rushing through her body until Marana finally sounds out, "It's dead." And she would push up the faceplate of her head. And hands on knees, lean over to retch the excitement, adrenaline, and combat out of her.
It appears we have technical difficulties with Cyric.
Pain.
We'll give him a moment before continuing.
Good. I need some water. My cheeks are red. I'll be back.
So how crunchy am I? On a
What?
scale of silky smooth to graham cracker.
Like a 5, maybe.
Oh, your audio.
Yes, the audio.
Oh boy.
No, I meant Yuri. How crunchy is she?
Well, with how many little baby basilisks blew up around her, very crunchy.
Oh my god.
It dried super quick.
Not stone though.
Ew.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
The entire week, his computer works fine. D&D night, computer stops working.
You're goddamn right, baby.
Apologies, chat. Quick intermission. I will return.
All right, Chad, I'm here to distract you. I shall now do a small dance while the DM and Momo do technical support.
Dance, players, dance. No, I'm not the one who has to dance.
I can't jiggle my keys inkly. That's a Baru like trademarked chat thing. I also lack keys. It's a hell of a thing. That's right, Funden. What can you do, my intrepid fellow? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Gotta fill the silence. Even though we're dealing with a lot of that now in game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, we won? ...
We
question mark.
won.
We're alive? This is the real life?
Where am I? Is it heaven? Is it hell? Did I level up yet?
Every time you say that, he puts it behind another boss monster.
That's a good question, Super. I have no idea. It depends entirely on if they want to keep the egg to hatch a basilisk or if they want an omelet. Will the egg give me superpowers? These are things one must consider.
Probably just violent diarrhea. Violent aberrant diarrhea.